Good morning, dear students. Once again, we are here with our online classes. So today's topic for class 9 physics, and the topic I have chosen is Hope's experiment. Before I tell you this Hope's experiment, I would like to revise some concept about this chapter, heat. I have told you that what is anomalous expansion of water. Just for proving, the scientist Hope did this experiment. So I have told you what is anomalous expansion of water. The behavior of water is something different with all the compared to all the other objects or other liquids or all the things. Why? Because I told you, while heating, or if we heat any object, then the object expands. Whenever the temperature is being raised, the object expands, whether the expansion is in length or is in area or is in volume. I have told you that the expansion in length is called the linear expansion. Expansion in area is called superficial expansion, and the increase in volume or the expansion in volume is called the cubical expansion or the volumetric expansion. I told you. So whenever the temperature is being raised, all the objects are being expanded, whether it be liquid or let it be a gas or let it be a solid. But why an unusual behavior of water is being seen or observed? Whenever the temperature of water being raised from 0 degree centigrade to 4 degree centigrade, we have observed the density of water is being raised or is raising. We have observed that at 4 degrees centigrade the density of the water is maximum, and because we are raising the temperature from 0 degree centigrade to 4 degree centigrade, because the temperature is being raised, there should be the expansion. But in case of water only, in case of liquid water, we observe that while increasing the temperature of the water from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, in place of expansion, opposite thing we observe, contraction is there. The volume of the water decreases. In place of expansion, it contracts. So that's why we call this property of water the anomalous expansion of water. When we go from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, the temperature is being down. It should be compressed. The volume should be less. But when we go from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, we observe that the area is more, the volume is more than before. But while raising the temperature, the volume or the area or the length of the object increases. And while decreasing the temperature, if we are going from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, we observe that the volume of the water is being decreased. So, increased. At 4 degrees centigrade, the volume is minimum and the density is maximum. But from 4 to 0, we observe that the volume is maximum and the density is less than the 4 degrees centigrade. So this property, to understand this property, Hope has given one experiment which is called Hope's experiment. So I would like to read out from your books Hope's experiment to demonstrate the anomalous expansion of water. In our books it is very clearly written that in 1805 scientist T.C. Hope, what was the name of the scientist? T.C. Hope. On the name of him in 1805, okay, scientist T.C. Hope devised a simple arrangement known as Hope's apparatus. This is Hope's apparatus. What are they? Listen carefully. So, for demonstrating the anomalous expansion of water, in this figure I have shown Hope's apparatus. What is that? The apparatus consists of tall metallic cylinder. This is a tall metallic cylinder provided with two side openings. Okay, provided with two side openings P near the top and Q near the bottom. This is P and this is Q. Now, fitted with thermometers T1 and T2. This is thermometer T1 and this is thermometer T2. Two thermometers are fitted here at P and Q because P and Q were the opening parts. Opening means just to fit the thermometers. The central part of the cylinder is surrounded by a cylindrical trough containing a freezing mixture of ice and salt. See, this part is called the trough, and this is connected with this cylinder, and in this trough we have kept the mixture of ice and NaCl, that means salt. Why NaCl with ice? Because of NaCl, the ice will contain in the form of solid for a long time. Okay, so ice and that NaCl mixture we have kept here. So in the central part we have the trough with the ice and the salt mixture. The cylinder is filled with pure water. This pure water we have filled here. Now, this whole apparatus or whole arrangement is in the room temperature. The temperature recorded by both the thermometers is observed at a regular interval of time. Now, just after fitting this and after keeping this ice mixture, we will note down the temperature of the thermometers. Listen carefully. Thermometer T1, thermometer T2. Two thermometers are there. In the beginning, the temperature of whole water is same. But because now we have this ice mixture here, we will record some temperatures from the T1 thermometer and the T2 thermometer. Okay. Now listen. Initially, both the thermometers T1 and T2 shows same temperature. In the beginning, both the thermometers will show the same temperature. That is room temperature. First, the temperature recorded by lower thermometer T2 starts decreasing. Now listen carefully. We all know that hot water goes up and cold water comes down. Hot air goes up and cold air comes down. Because hot water is lighter than the cold water, we can say. So, first of all, we will notice the decrease in the temperature in this thermometer, lower thermometer. Okay. Because cold water will come down. Here we have the freezing mixture or the colding to cold the mixture. Here we have ice here, so the temperature will go down for this water. So cold water will come down and hot water will go up. So the change in the temperature of the thermometer T2 will be recorded. Now, so the first thermometer recorded by the lower thermometer T2 starts decreasing and finally it becomes steady at 4 degrees centigrade. We will observe from room temperature. Room temperature means let it be 12, 13, 14 degrees centigrade, or the water temperature be 12 degrees centigrade. And first of all, this thermometer will show the temperature up to 4 degrees centigrade. From 12, from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4. At 4 degrees centigrade, it will be stable. Now listen carefully. After coming at 4 degrees centigrade, this thermometer will be stable. Now, we will note down the temperature decrease in this thermometer. That means the upside water will also feel some decrement or decrease in the temperature. Now, this thermometer will also come down from room temperature to 10, 8, 9, 4. One condition at one time, both the thermometer will show 4 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, but after some time, let us see. While the temperature recorded by lower thermometer T2 remains constant at 4 degrees centigrade, the upper thermometer T1 shows a continuous fall in temperature up to 0 degrees centigrade. This lower thermometer will show the same temperature 4 degrees centigrade, but this upper one will come down from 4 to 3, 2, 1 and 0 degrees centigrade. And then it also becomes steady. After coming at 0 degrees centigrade, it will also be steady. Thus, finally, the temperature recorded by upper thermometer T1 is 0 degrees centigrade, and that by lower thermometer T2, it will be 4 degrees centigrade. This will show the 0 degrees centigrade temperature, and this will be at 4 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay. So, with the help of this figure, we may have variation in temperature recorded by thermometer T1 and T2. We have two graphs also. So what do we get? We see, I have told you the property anomalous expansion of water. As soon as this water, this side comes 4 degrees centigrade, the density is more. If the density is more, this water will come down. And the temperature here will also be 4 degrees centigrade. After some time it will come 3, 2, 1 and 0 degree centigrade. So if the density of this water upper side one was more, then it would have gone down and the temperature shown by this thermometer T2 would have been 3, 2, 1 or 0 degree centigrade, but not. At 4 degree centigrade the water's density is maximum, the expansion is very less, that's why that water is at the downward direction, and the density of the water is less and volume is more, so that water is here at upside. So what do we observe? Listen. Initially water in cylinder is at room temperature, which is indicated by the constant temperature by the thermometers. Okay, I have two graphs also, I will explain here. One is in this way and second one is in this way. Now in the beginning it is at room temperature. This is temperature. So for T1, for thermometer T1, and this is for thermometer T2. In the beginning we see it is at A, at B, after some time it is coming at C. This is time. Okay. So we can see at 4 degree centigrade, room temperature at 12 degree centigrade. At 4 degree centigrade we observe, and at 4 degree centigrade here we observe, and at 12 degree centigrade. This is the constant line. Okay. Now listen carefully. This is at room temperature. This is time. This is temperature. Okay. Now listen carefully. Thermometer T2 for thermometer T1. This is point A. This is point B. And once again we have point A here, point B and C. Now listen carefully. So initially water in cylinder is at room temperature. We can observe, or we can say at 12 degree centigrade, which is indicated by the point A at room temperature. As the freezing mixture cools water in the central portion of the cylinder, water contracts and its density increases. Consequently, the cool water sinks to the bottom. I told you the cold water comes down because its density is more. And warm water from the bottom rises up to take the place of the cold water. Thus, by convection, water of the lower part cools, so the reading of the lower thermometer T2 falls rapidly. The reading of the upper thermometer T1 does not change because the temperature and therefore density of the water in the upper part does not change. This continues till temperature of entire water below the central portion reaches at 4 degree centigrade. This is shown by the part AB in graph. Okay. Now, this continuous till temperature, of entire water below the central portion reaches at 4 degree centigrade, and we have seen by the part AB in the graph, in both the graphs. Okay. Now, on further cooling below 4 degree centigrade, and when we are cooling it below 4 degree centigrade, due to anomalous expansion of water, the central portion now expands. Due to anomalous expansion of water, so its density decreases and hence it rises up. Listen carefully. After coming at 4 degrees centigrade, once again the temperature goes down, and when the temperature goes down, it expands. That's why this water comes up. At one condition, both upper side and lower side thermometer shows 4 degrees centigrade temperature, but because the upper side is coming down at 3 degrees centigrade, then what? It will expand. Or if 4 degrees centigrade is there, this downward side will be expanding. So water of the central portion now expands, so its density decreases and hence it rises up. Because after 4 degrees centigrade, when it comes to 3 degrees centigrade, it expands, density decreases, so the lower side water goes up, and at the water at 4 degrees centigrade comes down. So its density decreases and hence it rises up. To take its place, water from top comes down, and by convection water above the central portion cools. So the reading of upper thermometer T1 now falls rapidly till 0 degree centigrade, and water near the top freezes to form ice at 0 degree centigrade. Now the thermometer T1 shows a steady temperature 0 degree centigrade. This is shown by the part BC. You can see here. Here it is, BC. At this stage, the lower thermometer T2 shows the temperature 4 degrees centigrade, at which water has the maximum density, while the upper thermometer T1 shows the temperature of water and ice 0 degrees centigrade. Please practice this figure and these two graphs also to show the anomalous expansion of water. And I have told you two formulas to find out the temperature in Fahrenheit and the temperature in degree centigrade. They were K is equal to C plus 273, or if you want to find C, we can write K minus 273. And one more formula was there, C upon 5 is equal to F minus 32 upon 9. Or if you want only C, we can write C is equal to 5 upon 9 F minus 32. Or if you want F, directly you can use F is equal to 9 upon 5C plus 32. Okay. With the help of these two formulas, we will convert degree Kelvin into centigrade, and Fahrenheit into centigrade, and Kelvin into centigrade, and Fahrenheit into centigrade, or centigrade to Fahrenheit. If we take an example like convert 32 degree centigrade into Fahrenheit, we have the formula C upon 5 is equal to F minus 32 upon 9. Now centigrade is 32, so 32 upon 5, F minus 32 upon 9. We want F, so 9 upon 5 into 32 is equal to F minus 32. So F will be 9 upon 5 into 32 plus 32. We can solve it. 9 2 is 18, 9 3 is 27, and 1 28 upon 5 plus 32. After taking the LCM, we will get the answer. And if you want to convert, like we have 32 degrees centigrade into Kelvin. I have told you K is equal to C plus 273. So C is 32, 273 means 272. So 325, 73, 10, and this 305 degree Kelvin. So this way we will convert. Once again, please practice this. Please read it from your book, The Hobbes Experiment. Till then, thank you so much. See you soon.